Hello everyone, welcome to Inner Peace Sunday, a community where everyone enjoy practice meditation regularly together at the same time, same place from around the world. And of course, our community is also a place where welcome anyone who interested to meditate together. So if you enjoy practice meditation, now you are at the right place. And of course, as you can see me right now with a different background, yes, I am currently outside of my studio and I am live broadcasting on Facebook for the first time in United States. And I hope, well, we're gonna have a good time meditating together today. And it seems like we have new people joining us as well. Hopefully, you are gonna have a good time together with me and everyone in our community. And for those of you who are new, don't be shy. You can introduce us and let us know who you are, where you're from on the comments so we can get to know each other. As it is now, everyone. Yeah, it's quite weird because I normally live broadcast on, in at nighttime in Thailand. Now in the morning, it still get used to it. And yes, of course, my jet lag, when you mentioned about that, well, I went to bed around 1 last night and I got up at 4. Yes, wake up early, right? So I'm still up until now. Well, hopefully I get back on the tracks very soon. And yes, the good news is that some of our staff gonna take me to get a Moderna shot today. So yes, I will be vaccinated. So I can go walk out freely. But yes, I have to still put my mask on though. So you guys be careful too, okay? Now, before we begin to our meditations, I have prepared something that may be quite involved with our attachment. The thing that I learned from myself, from my experience, and what I learned from my master is that people, when they are meditate, there are many responsibility and things in their mind. This could also be called a hindrance or attachment that also unable to break free. So when we meditate, try to put everything down, it is not that easy. And maybe it could also slow us down as well, making us unable to go through. This is quite common, but one thing that most people tend to overlook that this is part of life. So when it is part of life, understand this, it could be easier accepting. So what is it about? The nature of life today. Let's take a look. As the name implies, the nature of life, it is what everyone living on from the moment when they were born until they are die and passing from this world. In the Buddhist concept that life is continue as long as there is defilements. If you talk about defilements, it would take some time to go over and understand truly. But put it simple in this way, an analogy is that it's like a seed that rooted in our mind. Until we can remove all these seed that rooted in our mind out of our mind, then we will not be able to break free from the cycle of rebirth. And thus, as we have to go along in our cycle of rebirth, we must facing what we call in here the nature of life, which has 3 characteristics that apply. Some of these already mentioned in the previous session, but I think it may be a good time to go review it all over, because this sometime we might be forgetting over time as the time passed, but it is the truth that we're facing right now. 1. They are anicca or impermanence. As we live on, everything in our life, including our body and even our mind, always change. We are unable to maintain it as it is. We cannot freeze the time. Therefore, we cannot change, we cannot stop anything, unable to change neither. So, in our life, everything that we face, everything that we experience always come and go. And in the end, it's always change. As it's always change, it causing us suffering. Because we try or we struggle, unable to accepting that it keeps changing. So we expecting it to be the same all the time, which in fact it really doesn't. This is the philosophy, but of course we are not talking about philosophy of life, but it is the truth that will helping us easily accept. And then when we meditate, we can put down things that happen all around us. We are suffer because we are clinging on to the thing that we do not want it to change. But when it's changed, we feel unsatisfied and we struggle to go against it. And in the end, we become suffer. And also, it is the character of life because in our life, people said, "Not that's not true. Life also have some happiness." Of course, it is, but it is also impermanence and temporary. Therefore, when it's come, it's always go. When it's go, it's always come. It's just like that, up and down all the time. Therefore, life more seem to be suffering more than happiness. But of course, some may say that, oh well, it is like, a spice in life. When you eat something, you don't want just, salt. You want it's just plain. You want some sugar, some spice too. That could be true. But one thing that you need to take note that, wouldn't it be better if it is always happy than suffering? Well, some would say, well, it could be boring. It is true, but we don't want to get bored when we suffer, right? So therefore, when it is suffering, understand this, we will be able to put it down and be patient. As it suffers, it would be happy too. But this is the part of our life that we must go along. But one more thing before we end is that everything that we own, it is not really us, not really ours. It is, well, according to our master, he translated as not self, but most commonly that you can find the reference on internet on Anatta translation is that it means non-self. Non-self is nothing existing, but as it is. And through my master wisdom, he also go along with his understanding through his meditation in his vision is that it's also translated as not self, which means what we thought that we really own, we don't really own at all. For example, as our own body, one thing in common is that if it is ours, we must be able to control. But as it goes now, it is not at all. We cannot stop it from not getting infected, not getting aging, not getting sickening. So in the end, it's also not ours. It could be ours for some time, but as it goes along, it does not anymore. So understand this, nothing really ours. It's always change and life is suffering. Understand this, the wise person would find his own way and try and struggle his best in order to break free from this nature. That is why they are trying and a lot of experiment in the past, especially the people who go deeper into spirituality. Spirituality is that they found that try to satisfy the body alone is not enough. It must also with the mind. So when they go along with that, they have a lot of experiment. But one thing in the end is that if the mind cannot break free, they will not be unable to break free from this cycle of existence. Thus, it is something that can help us, allow us to put things down whenever we close our eye and try to find inner peace. And so everyone, today, it could be a good lesson. Why? Because if you take a look at the example story that maybe come along today, for example, you may have some unlucky or something that doesn't make you feel comfortable, whether it's at work or with friends. But as you close down your eyes, relax the mind, understand the fact that, well, it's just only temporary. There could be something better. Understand this, You may be settled down and easier letting go of what's already happened, waiting for opportunity for the good times or good things to come. This is something that can be help and benefit for your meditation. So hopefully the wisdom today could be benefit everyone. Alright? Give me 2 minutes for those who are already ready. Well, one thing that's for sure. Please check yourself 3 things before we start. 1. Check if there is anything that you need to call. If you don't, you are good to go. But if you do, try to finish that fast before we start and maybe put it in silent mode or do not disturb mode, so that way there won't be anything interrupt you when you meditate. 2. Check if the room when you are meditating is peaceful and quiet. If it is, you are also good to go as well. And last but not least, everyone, do you need to use toilet? If you do, now is the chance. But if you don't, well, find your comfortable corner or chair to be sitting. If you don't sit on the chair on the floor, it's also fine. Make sure you are relaxed and comfortable. Here, a little bit of presentation for introduction in meditation. Well, what we practice is called the middle way meditation. We emphasize on 2 things. They are relaxation and mindfulness. These are the foundation in our middle way meditation that you must maintain from the beginning until the end. And if you could do it outside your meditation, that is always better, because it will be the foundation for the mind to be able to maintain its focus and find inner peace quite easily. And once you find this, you must gain the balance. But if you lose the balance, well, here for some example formula that can put in here. If you're having too much mindfulness over relaxation, you could feel uncomfortable. Or if you are having too much relaxation over mindfulness, you could fall asleep or having wandering thoughts. So if the symptom exists like this when you meditate, try to adjust and maintain the balance. Once you gain the balance, you will feel that you are content and comfortable to stay like this as long as you like. So maintain the balance and find this feeling at the beginning and maintain it until the end. Once you find that, how do you know and how can you maintain it at one place? Because meditation is all about focusing the mind. Well, the first method used in our meditation is called visualization. You visualize something simple, something that doesn't make you think or create emotion. I would recommend something like the sun, a moon, a star, or the crystal ball. Choose one however you prefer at your own convenience, but do not switch them around or you might thinking too much during meditation. This method is good to help you maintain your focus inside your body. And if you have thoughts, you can use the mantra, as I used and learned it from my master. Samma Arahang is a Pali term loosely translated as the path to purity and freedom from the negative thought. Or you can choose your own mantra, however you prefer. So that's how we're gonna do. But how do you know if you do it correctly and just right? Well, my master, Luang Po Dhammakaya, used to say that receiving happiness every time we meditate, even just for a moment, this is confirmation that we are practicing correctly. So that's, if you are ready, go ahead and let me know on the comment, so we can begin our meditation. Alright, well, let's see who are sharing the comment at the moment as well in Zoom. Ready, okay, Miss Ashley and Mr. Amar, alright, Mr. J, and alright, it seems everyone is ready. Then maybe we should start our meditation. Just one moment. Having some sip of water. Think speaking too much also, get my throat dry. Well, let's begin our inner peace time, everyone. This time with the ambient sound and nature. Sharing my screen. Let's begin our meditation. Close your eyes. Relax the mind and body, just like you are about to fall asleep. Relax truly, beginning from the top of your head. Relax down to your forehead. Relax your eyebrows. Loose your eyelids. Don't use your eyes or try to look inside yourself during the meditation. Relax every muscle on your face, down to your neck and shoulder. Adjusting your back and body properly, free from all the tension you might have. Relax both of your arms down to the tips of your hands. Relax your abdomen, allowing yourself breathe in and breathe out easily. Making your whole body feeling most comfortable for the meditation. Spend a few moments, adjust your body. When you are done, continue on to adjust your mind. Empty your mind, putting down everything aside in this moment. The time for your mind and the time for the meditation. Begin by lightly imagine that you are alone in this place or somewhere in the nature with an open space. Make you feel calm and peaceful, as if you are the only one in this world. a place of your own, free from the thoughts and worry. Then allow the mind coming back to your body gently, slowly, without pushing or forcing the mind. So slowly rest the mind inside yourself, around your abdomen, or anywhere that you feel just right to rest your mind inside the body. And begin to observe your own mind inside the body while maintain relaxation inside yourself. If there any point inside your body feeling uncomfortable, you can adjust and resume your meditation. Maintain the mind inside your body by lightly imagine the sun shine at the point where you rest your mind. Observe the sun inside your body continuously without forcing yourself. Should the sun disappear, don't worry. You can always reimagine it back. Or should there be any thought into your mind, be neutral. No need to force yourself to stop thinking. Making yourself become an observer. Let the thought come, let it go, let it end, without continue or following your thoughts. Stay relaxed and observe the mind throughout your meditation. Or you can try to recite the mantra to calm your mind at your own pace. And the mantra is Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. Continue the mantra until your mind has calmed down, or the mantra fades away by itself. So let's take our time together, finding inner peace on our own. for a little while until the appropriate time. still while relax both body and mind. When the mind finding its peace, joy would arise, filling your mind. Expand to your body truly. The feeling of relaxation would allow the mind to be still. Sharing this feeling with the people and everyone that we love, beginning with yourself, family, and friends, and all the people that you love, beginning from your room, expanding further like a ripple. Expand to your home, your neighbor, your town, your state, your country, eventually the whole world. Sharing loving kindness with them all, a feeling for them to be happy more and more, reaching everyone to be safe from all harms and danger. Spending these few moments, spread your loving kindness. Take a deep breath. Slowly breathe, think it out. Allow the mind to stay within your body and maintain mindfulness and relaxation as long as you can. Continue on further after the meditation, allowing yourself to be with inner peace everywhere you go. Maintain relaxation and mindfulness inside your body. Sappha Puttha Nupavena, Sappha Dhamma Nupavena, Sappha Sankha Nupavena, Sattha Soti Bhavantu Te. You can now open your eyes. Now, let's check who are sharing with us today. Whoa, we got some new people come watching too. Welcome to Inner Peace Sunday. Hello, Eileen. I just wondering where were you? Like 2, okay. Mr. Jet, 2. Okay, Kathleen, Miss Emily, 2. Okay, Helen, Kathleen, 1. Miss Long P. Paul, 1 and 2. Claudia, watching? Oh, let me know what you have, okay? Let's see who are about on Zoom. Ashley, 3. Very good, Ashley. Mr. J, 2. Most of time, few 3. Very good. You have improved greatly. You know, last year you come, it wasn't like this. That's really good. Congratulations, Mr. J. Miss Glenda, 1, 2, 3. It's like counting, right? Thank you for sharing. Mr. Ama, sometimes 3, but some outside distraction. That's okay. The thing about challenging meditation is to maintain our state of focus at all times. But when you feel just light, your body expand, or feeling like your body disappear, you're getting there. The trick to that is you must always, saying ignore may be too much. I would say remain neutral, whatever happens. If it comes distracting, oh, okay, then put it down, continue again. This will allow you to not let anything contaminate our inner peace inside. And that is how you should always strive to do that. Miss April and Miss Helen joining us, 1 and 2. Okay, these are the facts in here about the meditation is, if we value our meditation or inner peace experience, we must also maintain our mind not to get contaminated by what's going on or what's happening outside. My master used to teach meditator in the temple is that if you value your meditation experience, you will not let anything come to hindrance or contaminate your mind at all. So, for example, you have a fight with someone or some agreement. It can come, but once you realize, you stop and put it down. Try not to get it become hindrance in your mind again. The thought only this is focusing on wanting the mind to be relaxed, free from the thought that making the mind feel heavy or attached again. If you can do that much, inner peace can be with you longer than you expect. In other words, everywhere you go as well. So that is how you should strive and aim on. Once you're able to maintain the state 1, 2, 3, if you like it, Of course, I'm sure you all like it. That's why you are coming to joining us in our Inner Peace Sunday, right? But the thing is, not many people know how to adapt, and thus I have sharing with you now that once you gain this experience, try to cherish it by do not letting it go, by whatever come, stop, react, put it down, take a deep breath, and resume your relaxation and mindfulness inside your body again. For those of you who are, I would say, who are able to find a place like Luang Pi stay in the forest, those the environment and the surrounding and the people there are helping him to maintain this inner peace. But for many of us who are living in the city, it's quite difficult, I would say. But it must be practiced. Otherwise, you will have to start over every single time when you meditate. So one last thing before we end is that in practice meditation, always try to practice inside and outside. At the very least, maintain your mindfulness and relaxation. Okay? Now, as it is for our announcement today, just want to remind you that full moon's coming up on August 23rd. We're gonna start at the same time, 8:30 at night time. So it will be morning in Asian, but for the US it will be August 23rd. Our announcement will be posting sometime this week, so stay tuned. It usually reminds 7 days before the event. So hopefully you come joining us, and don't forget to bring the candle. Okay, this is one thing that I like to do this event for the people in the US as well, for those who like to join from different time. But remember, everywhere around the world is always full moon, so that anyone can come join. Now, for those who living in Australia, since I am living abroad now, I will not be resume regular time, but we will try sometime again. So stay tuned for announcement next week. I'm expecting it will be 8:30 in 9:30 in Saturday night. So maybe you can join us. So that will be inner peace for Australia, and people in the US can join before they go to bed. And last but not least, for those who like to practice or looking for a friend to meditate together or around the world, but it doesn't need to just having me all the time, but just come meditate to practice your routine. We have the program provide on YouTube channel Inner Peace Daily. So hopefully you could come join us on this Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. For those of you who like to learn from various perspectives of the new teaching monk, since I got a new neighbor, maybe I can invite them to come join in our, inner peace, no, not inner peace, called my journey, learn new perspective. Whether it is Buddhism or meditation, anyone can come join as well. Miss Helen, for your questions, hopefully you're asking earlier. Yes, I quarantine in the house on the higher floor. Lower floor is for eating only, so resting will be on top floor, okay? Now, more excitement is coming. Yes, miracles and supernatural power through the power of meditation inside of our great master. It has 4 continued episodes, many good stories. Stay tuned, coming up this week. For those of you who like to learn about the historical background of our great master who rediscovered of the middle way meditation. According to the history on this meditation is that the Buddha himself, after he passed away, 500 years later after that, the knowledge to attain Dhammakaya, which is the essence in Buddhism, has been lost. And yes, he is the one, that's why we call him the great master, rediscover them. We will learn from episode 1 until 18 how he managed and rediscover them and share this to the people of the world. In fact, on episode 18, if you listen to them, you can find that he doesn't have easy life just like us. Why? During his time, it was World War II. Meditate in the war time wouldn't be easy. But yes, he survived through all that and even more prosperous than before. How is that happen? And you're gonna have to find that out in that podcast. And yes, blessing 12 coming up because blessing 11 just over. Now, if anyone just start a family or thinking about to have one, how will you taking care of your spouse or your children? What would be benefit? This one give you the good guideline, so stay tuned. I just finished recording last night, so we will posting it sometime this week, so stay tuned on that. And last but not least, the continued story new series coming in Vidura the Wise. How can anyone use only speech to find peace? Speech alone will not be enough, but it must come with wisdom to win along the listener the heart, and with sincerity. Yes, Vidura, who excelled in truthfulness, how did he win the heart of the people and use his wisdom to turn the wrong view into the right view? Stay tuned on episode 4. It's coming up. So thank you everyone for joining us and stay with me until the end. Wow, I got a lot this time. First time broadcasting in experience. 3 times disconnect. But I think that's a good thing. At least you are staying with me. Thank you very much and I appreciate your effort to come stay tuned. So next week coming up, not only just the thing that I mentioned, we will be posting my on level 1 for those who like to learn how to meditate properly and try to practice in routine. This is for the course for that, starting in next month, but start accepting apply for this week, from this week. And last but not least, for those who like to learn basic Buddhism, something new, you don't have to be Buddhist to learn. If you're interested to learn as a knowledge like in university class, now, well, you are welcome to join. And this will be held on Friday evening, our US time. So make your time schedule on that. So that's everyone. Thank you very much. All the detail will be posting in this week. Stay tuned and see you again next time, everyone.